It's time to take 5. Now you know.
You know how crazy some of the drivers can get on our roads and freeways. Sometimes you feel like getting into an accident at the hands of someone else is unavoidable. Before it happens, you'll want to listen to the advice of David Vitale of the law firm of Searcy, Denney. David, what are the top 5 things that a person who's been in an automobile accident should do?
So the first thing is you want to check on the safety of your passengers. As the driver of your vehicle, that's your most important obligation. The second is you want to call 911, and you want to do that no matter how serious the injuries appear on scene.
Is it important to call the police even if the accident appears to be minor?
The accident may appear to be minor at first blush, but you want to have the police there because the police are going to do a number of very important things. The first is they are going to interview both you and the other driver. They're going to interview any occupants of either vehicle, and they're going to interview any witnesses on the scene. And witnesses could be people in other vehicles as well as pedestrians on the side of the road. And that's very important because memories can change and the recollection of who is at fault can differ days or weeks later once the insurance companies become involved. And so it's very important for you to have the police there to document the scene and to identify and list in their report the names and the contact information of all persons who are a witness to the crash.
In your experience, how common is it for someone not to experience significant pain until hours or even days after the accident?
It's very common for on the scene of the crash for you to feel okay. It's oftentimes not until you go home and you have dinner with your family and then you go to bed and you lay prone for 8 hours that you wake up the next day and your back hurts or your neck hurts, your shoulder hurts, there's pain in your leg. That's incredibly common, and it's very important, even if the pain doesn't manifest itself for a day or 2 later, for once it does, for you to go see your doctor. Because if you fail to treat your injuries, I've seen far too often where folks have consequences for the rest of their life.
Why is it important to take pictures?
You want to be able to document exactly what happened. Most car accidents involve 2 vehicles. You want to take pictures of the damage to both vehicles. You want to take pictures from multiple angles so you're able to get a sense of the size and the scope of the damage. And you also want to take pictures of the surrounding area. And you want to do that because it's important later on in the weeks or months later for you to have a firm, documented evidence of where the accident occurred. The accident may have occurred on Federal Highway in Boca Raton, but was it near the McDonald's on Federal or was it further up the road near Walgreens? You want to be able to remember that, and it's hard in the moment with the adrenaline pumping for you to remember everything days or weeks later. Those pictures are going to help you.
What should you say to your insurance company when you notify them of the crash?
You want to give your insurance company all the information that you have, the factual information that you can remember about the crash. And when you call the police, one of the things they're going to do when they interview the witnesses and they take statements is they're going to give you at the end what's called a Florida Driver Exchange of Information sheet. And that sheet's going to have the names of the drivers, the names of the identity of the vehicles, as well as the insurance for both vehicles. And it'll have the crash number. You want to give that information to your insurance company. You do have a duty to cooperate with your insurance company, and they may request that you give them a statement. You should. However, you don't want to give them a statement at a time where you're stressed and your head isn't clear. And most of the time, it's not advisable to give a statement before you've had a chance to consult with an attorney. When you are speaking to your insurance company, the last piece of advice I would tell you is don't sign anything. You don't want to sign a release or anything, any kind of settlement with your insurance company until you know your injuries. Many times we've seen insurance companies offer to settle claims for unrepresented folks, and once they have an attorney, that settlement number increases significantly. So you certainly want to speak to your insurance company, and you do have a duty to cooperate, but you want to speak to an attorney before you say anything or you sign anything.
Thank you so much, David, for sharing such valuable information with us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
If you have any questions about your rights if you were in an auto accident, just visit SearcyLaw.com.